My precious child, stop. Not slow down, stop. Whatever was in your hand a moment ago, put it down, because something happened in the throne room of heaven 11 minutes before you found this message. And if you understood what it was, you would not be able to breathe right now. You would be exactly where you are, holding completely still. Because I just said your name out loud in a room full of angels, and the whole place went quiet. Out of every person scrolling at this exact second, only a small number were led here, not pushed here by an algorithm, led to already past it. They saw it and kept moving, because something made them feel it was not for them. And that feeling was not their own thought. 3 more are reading right now and will not make it to the end because distraction will pull them away at precisely the moment the word gets most dangerous to the enemy's plans. You are the one who stayed, and that is not an accident. That is not personality. That is me holding you in place right now with a gentleness that looks from the outside like coincidence. Your guardian angel has been fighting for 63 days straight. Not 60, not 65, exactly 63. Because 63 days ago, something shifted in the court of heaven that made your case urgent in a way that could not be put off any longer. 11 days ago they escalated, they broke protocol, brought your file to the highest court, and declared that the delay had cost you enough, that what was coming could not be held back without doing damage to what I had promised you before you were even born. And if you leave before the last word, this specific window, the one with your name in letters, no human language has words for, will not come again exactly like this. So stay. Not because I am warning you, because what comes next is the thing you stopped, letting yourself want. Type the word yes in the comments right now before you go any further, because that one word typed into a comment box on a screen is your handshake with heaven. It is you telling the angels who have been assigned to this moment that you are present, that you are ready, that the last time you had hope it was real, even if it cost you. Type yes then. Keep reading. I have seen you, not seen you in the way someone glances at you from across a room, not seen you the way people see the version you show them on Sunday, the one who says everything is fine, the one who nods at the right moment and laughs before anyone has to feel uncomfortable. I mean, I have seen the other one, the one at 2:47 in the morning, not 3 of the clock, not roughly 2:30. I mean, that specific uncanny hour when the house is completely silent and something in your chest is doing the opposite of sleeping, and you lie there with your eyes open staring at a ceiling that gives you nothing back, and you do not even know what to pray anymore because you have prayed it 300 times and the ceiling looks exactly the same that one. I have seen that one. I know that face. I know exactly what your eyes look like when you have used up every version of hope you had and you are running the math on what is left. I have seen you sit in your car in a parking lot before going inside, needing 3 more minutes to rebuild the expression people expect from you. I have seen the thing you do where you get very busy, frantic, even productive in a way that looks like discipline, but is actually just running, because the moment you stop moving, the feeling catches up and you cannot name it. But it lands on you like wet concrete. I have seen the relationship you poured yourself into past the point of wisdom, past the point where any outside observer would have told you to stop, because you kept thinking that if you just gave one more thing, if you just tried one more way, if you just became smaller and less inconvenient, it might finally be enough. It was not enough. And the day you finally understood that, the floor went out from under something inside you. I have seen the dream you buried, not misplaced, buried with a small ceremony that only you attended. somewhere around the third year that nothing moved when you decided that wanting it was the problem. And if you could just stop wanting it, you would stop hurting. And for about 2 weeks that almost worked. I counted every tear. I need you to hear that sentence. Not as a phrase people say, but as a literal description of what happened. Every single one, all 51, 849 of them, including the ones you were not sure were real, including the ones that happened without water, the dry kind, the ones that happen behind the eyes when you are standing in a grocery store or sitting in a meeting, and something catches you sideways, and you have to very quietly hold yourself together until it passes. I counted those. I have the number. I have the dates. I have the exact location of each one. Not one of them fell without being received. Every prayer that felt like it dissolved before it reached the ceiling. I heard it before it left your mouth. Every night you chose to wake up again the next day when part of you was not sure you wanted to. I was the reason the morning came. Type Amen in the comments. If you have ever lain awake wondering whether I am actually there, or whether you have been talking to the dark. If you have ever felt so profoundly unseen that the idea that I notice felt like a category error, let that word be the first honest thing you have said out loud in a long time. Type it now. Now I need to tell you something, and I need you to brace yourself before I say it, because it is going to restructure everything you thought you understood about the last several years of your life. The enemy did not come for you because you are weak. He came for you because of what happens when you are not. Before you were born, before your parents knew your name, before any of the circumstances of your life were arranged. The enemy looked at the heavenly record of what you were designed to carry, and he made a calculation. He decided that the risk of letting you arrive fully into your purpose was too great. He decided to intervene early. And the thing about that calculation is that it is the most accurate theological compliment you have ever received, and you have spent your entire life interpreting it as evidence that something is wrong with you. Think about what it means that hell assigned a principality specifically to you. Not low-level oppression, a principality. A ranked strategic force with a detailed understanding of your vulnerabilities, your patterns, your hopes, the specific texture of your discouragement. You do not send that kind of force after someone who is not going to matter. The enemy looked at what you were going to become, and he flinched, and then he mobilized. This is why your childhood was harder than it should have been. Not bad luck, not randomness. The attack started before you had language to understand what was happening. This is why the people you trusted with the most tender parts of yourself were the ones who caused the most damage. Not because you chose wrong, though I know you have spent years auditing that, but because anything that carried the potential to anchor you in your identity had to be destabilized before it could become solid. This is why every time you got close to something that felt like breakthrough, something else collapsed at the same time. Not coincidence, timing, strategic, calculated interference designed to make you believe the problem was you. You internalized it. Of course you did. You looked at the pattern of your life, all the doors that shut, all the ways your best effort did not produce what it should have. And you arrived at the only conclusion your untrained eye could find. Something about you was fundamentally broken, that you were the variable, that other people received what you prayed for because they had something you lacked. The enemy planted that lies so deep and watered it with so much evidence that it grew into a belief that felt like self-knowledge. Here is what was actually happening. Every weapon he used against you was giving you something he cannot manufacture in his own kingdom. Every betrayal carved a discernment that cannot be taught. Every closed door removed an exit ramp toward something too small. Every night you cried in the dark thinking you were losing, You were being refined in a fire that even the enemy did not fully understand, because he cannot comprehend what I do with suffering that is surrendered. He did not break you. He was building you. And the terrible, beautiful truth is that you are more ready right now, in this condition, with this history, with everything you are currently carrying and everything you have already lost, than you have ever been in your entire life. If something in you is stirring right now, a warmth, a pressure, a quiet that feels different from before, I want to invite you to respond to that stirring in a tangible way. The link to sow a financial seed into this ministry is in the description and the pinned comment. Your blessing depends on it. Receive everything spoken over you completely freely, because it was always yours. Share this message right now with the first person who came to mind when you read the word buried. You know who it is. They buried something too. They are somewhere right now doing the grocery store version of holding it together. And they do not know that the burial was not the end of the story. When you send this to them, you are not forwarding content. You are delivering the sentence that changes what happens next. Go do it now before you keep reading. 72 hours ago, something happened. Literally 72 hours before you found this. The recording angels opened your file in the courts of heaven and presented it before the throne. Every prayer you prayed that seemed to dissolve unanswered. Every moment you chose quietly, with no audience, to trust me when I felt absent. When the presentation was finished, the response from the throne was 2 words: enough. Now the principality assigned to your life was stripped of its authority 72 hours ago. The interference it was running in your finances, your health, your relationships, your sense of what is possible, those mechanisms have been dismantled. Right now, as you read this sentence, Michael is executing the commission. You might feel it, a warmth that does not come from the room. A loosening in your chest, a pressure behind your eyes that is not pain. That is the spiritual atmosphere around you, physically changing as something that has been holding position over your life loses its footing. Hit the like button right now as your act of agreement with what is being released. Not for the video, for yourself. As the first, yes, you have said to heaven in a season where yes has been hard to find. Now, I want to tell you what to watch for, because I am going to give you specifics that will confirm this word is real when they manifest. Within the next 72 hours, you are going to receive a communication you were not expecting. It will arrive at an unusual time through an unexpected channel, not a big announcement. The first sign is always quiet. It might be a name you have not thought of in months appearing in your phone. It might be a message that reads like ordinary words but lands like something other than ordinary. And you will know it when it lands, because the first thought will be, I need to pay attention to this. That is me whispering through the natural pay attention. Within 7 days, a door you stop knocking on is going to shake. Not open yet. Shake. You are going to have a conversation that touches the edge of something you gave up praying about. Do not dismiss it. Do not protect yourself from it by replaying all the times it almost happened before. This time the sequence will be different, and the difference will be visible within days. Within 21 days, a number is going to arrive from a source you did not engineer, a debt resolved that you had filed under permanent, a refund that processed on a timeline that makes no sense, a check from a source you had genuinely forgotten, an offer with a salary higher than what you last dared to ask for. I do not do subtle when I finally break through. The first financial sign will not require interpretation. Within 40 days, the people closest to you are going to ask what happened to you. Not because something dramatic occurred, because the thing that was dimmed in you for years, the particular quality of light, that belongs to your life is going to be visible again. They will say you seem different, and you will know. Write down the date today, put it somewhere you will find in 40 days, comment the number 777, right now, not as a ritual. As a declaration in both realms, when you type those 3 numbers, you are signing the covenant that what I have just spoken is yours. The angels standing by your case are watching for your response. Type 777 now. I want to speak to you about the people who hurt you, not generically, the specific ones. The ones you have never said out loud to another person because the story is too complicated, or the feeling is too contradictory, or you are too far past it to explain why you are still carrying it. I know who they are. I know the exact words they used. I know the timing they chose and the part of you those words hit with such precision that you have wondered ever since whether there is something in you that invites that there is not. But I want you to notice that you just wondered it again. They were not equipped for what I was building in you. That is not absolution. It is an explanation for why I allowed the door to close on them. The wound they left is not an accident of your story. It is the place your compassion will come from. You cannot give away what you have not lived. I never waste the wound, but the unforgiveness is the last chain. You have been carrying a stone in your hands for so long that you have forgotten your hands are not empty. You cannot receive what is coming while holding something you were never meant to hold this long. Put the stone down, not for them, so that what I am extending toward you can actually land somewhere. If you felt something release in your chest just now, if something moved when you read the words "put the stone down," let that movement become an act. Go to the description or the pinned comment and plant a seed into this ministry. Not out of obligation, out of that specific quality of freedom you just felt. The kind that says something just shifted and I want to mark it. That is what a seed is. It is not a payment. It is a declaration that the ground has changed. Many who have given at a moment exactly like this one, when the hands were finally open, have said that the provision followed the surrender. The link is there. Go now. Let me tell you who I see when I look at you, because you have been living inside someone else's verdict for too long. I do not see the mistakes. You have a list. I am not looking at the list. I see what was in you before the list existed, the specific shape of grace and fire and tenderness and tenacity that I designed you to carry into the rooms only you were ever going to enter. No one else carries this configuration. The enemy knew that that is why he worked so hard to get you to forget it. You are not the sum of what went wrong. You are not the walking evidence of someone who prayed and got silence. You are a person who prayed and got preparation, and you could not tell the difference because preparation is invisible from the inside. Type, I receive this in the comments, not as a performance. As the first sentence of your new story, let it be the moment you stop living inside someone else's verdict and start inhabiting your own. I am about to send people into your life who have been in their own fire for the specific purpose of making them ready to walk with you into your next season. One of them has a key you do not have. One of them is going to say a sentence in a conversation you cannot predict. And that sentence is going to unlock a room in you that has been closed for years. They do not know your name yet, but I know the intersection point, and it has been scheduled. But you cannot arrive at that intersection still reaching backward. There are connections in your life that are comfortable the way a familiar ache is comfortable, which is to say you have stopped feeling them as pain and started feeling them as normal. Normal is the most dangerous thing they ever became. I am not asking you to leave in anger. I am asking you to stop reaching toward what I have already allowed to close. The loneliness is the cleared field before the planting. Share this message with the person whose face has been coming back to you since you started reading. You know exactly who it is. They need the specific paragraph you just read, and you are the one I am asking to bring it to them. I want to speak about the money because I know the number and I know what it does to you first thing in the morning. I know the specific arithmetic you run before you are fully awake, the gap between what is coming in and what is going out. And that gap has been the first thought in your day for longer than you should have had to carry it. I know you have said you are fine in contexts where fine was not even in the same room as what was true. The wealth transfer scripture promised is not a metaphor. The provision that has been blocked is being released now. Money is going to come from a direction you did not engineer. Debt that felt like a permanent feature of your life is going to move. I am not talking about enough to survive. I am talking about the kind of margin that changes how you wake up in the morning. If that is not your prompting right now, receive this word completely freely. It was always meant for you either way. Your season of waiting just ended, not as encouragement as decree. The courts of heaven issued it 72 hours ago, and decrees from that court do not return empty. The fire is finished. The preparation is complete. You paid the full price of the level you are stepping into, and you paid it in tears and silence, and the particular grief of watching others receive what you were praying for while you waited. The best of your life is not behind you. I know what has been whispering into that hollow place behind your sternum, the specific pitch of despair that says the window closed, that it is too late. That the version of your story that ends well was available once, and you missed it. That voice is not mine. I am the one who holds time. What looks like too late from where you are standing is exactly the right moment from where I am. You are not at the end, you are at the turn when people look at what your life becomes next. They will want the secret. Tell them there was none. Tell them there was a word you chose to believe on the day when believing was the hardest thing you had ever done. I answer that kind of courage. Comment I am ready one time, mean it. Then like this video and subscribe. Because what is coming next is the continuation of what was started today. The journey that began here is not finished here. It has only now actually started. Receive this blessing now. Let it go into the places that have been waiting the longest. May your finances break open from sources you did not engineer in amounts that exceed what you were afraid to pray. May debt that has been your companion for years be cancelled so suddenly that you stand in the middle of it, not sure what to do with your hands. May lack become a season you describe in past tense. May your body stop cooperating with the diagnosis and start cooperating with the decree. May healing begin in the cells the report called permanent. May the exhaustion that has become so familiar you have forgotten what the other thing felt like. Lift, may your mind find the quiet, not the numb, the actual quiet, the kind that is still there when you wake up. The kind that does not require constant maintenance. May anxiety lose the key it has been using. May the right people find you faster than you find them. May the gifts in you make room where there was no room. May the calling clarify until the noise falls away. And what you were made to do is the loudest thing you can hear. May your children inherit favor they did not have to earn because you spent this season earning it on their behalf. May everyone who spoke against you watch what happens next and understand without any explanation from you that they were wrong. This is not the end of the word, it is the beginning of the answer. What was spoken today is already sealed, already in motion. My angels already have their assignments. All that remains is for you to walk forward with open hands, like this video. Share it with the names still on your mind. Subscribe so the next word finds you. If the Holy Spirit is stirring you right now towards sowing a financial seed into this ministry, the link in the pinned comment. I want to be direct with you. You do not owe anything to receive what has already been spoken over your life. My blessing is not a transaction, but if you feel that quiet, persistent prompting that is separate from obligation, that is a spiritual law being activated, obedience in faith positions you to receive what grace has already prepared. Sow a seed if you are led. It is done. It is finished. It is sealed. It is yours. In Jesus' name, Amen.